Childhood obesity has nearly tripled in the past 30 years. WISC TV and Dean Clinic have partnered to kick off a year-long project, Time for Kids Recipe for Health. We'll be focusing on ways parents, kids, and communities can work together to fight this national health care crisis, and our campaign officially kicks off today.
Dr. Susan Isensee is in family medicine at Dean Clinic, and she's also the clinical director of the weight management clinic there. Welcome to Live at 5. Boy, I can't think of a more important campaign for all of us to be part of. Can you tell us how significant this problem is, childhood obesity?
It's grown drastically. In 2010, there's approximately 18% of our kids that are obese. And in 2060s, that was about 5%.
And that's a particular set of numbers you use.
Correct. The BMI identifies obesity, and that's a calculation of height and weight, and it goes on a growth chart. And if the child is 85% or above on this weight chart, they are considered overweight, and if they're above the 95th percentile, they are considered obese.
We've seen a lot of the national statistics, but how big of a problem is this locally? What are local physicians like yourself seeing? It's
very similar, and you'll see that through the programs this week that we have a significant increased problem in South Central Wisconsin also. If you look at obese children, 75 to 80% of them will go on to become obese adults, and 30% of overweight children will go on to become obese adults.
So what can parents do?
Parents can get involved. This is a family problem. When you look at childhood obesity, it's how the parents are eating and the kind of foods that they're giving their children. So there's some very simple things they could do. They can start by making sure they eat 3 family meals a day. They can limit their activity in front of the TV or in front of video games to less than 2 hours a day, and at least an hour of physical activity. And they can get out there with the kids and do that activity and walk their new puppy and do the other things that they're doing. Yeah. But get outside and do some things. Make sure they're doing gym, even if it's an elective in high school. Get them involved in other sports, individual sports. If they're not the karate kid, then go do swimming. If they're not a team sport person, do some of these other individual things.
Well, it's all common sense kinds of things, but isn't it going to take more of a societal change in order, something like quitting smoking, something similar to that, in order to combat this, because your kids aren't home with you all the time?
It is all about lifestyle changes, and it's a behavioral change, which is a lot harder to do than you coming to see me and me writing a prescription for a pill. This is bigger than that. It is societal, it's genetic, it's environmental. We supersize everything. We walk through up the stairs. No, we drive through. We don't do any of those things that we used to do. And everything we do, think about what you do at your family reunions in Wisconsin.
Eat.
You eat.
Oh, yeah.
So do overweight parents tend to have overweight children?
Yes, much higher statistic.
And the other way around, do thin parents have overweight children?
Oh, yes, especially now. This is the first generation that might not outlive their parents of children because of the problem.
Statistic.
So significant health issues, significant societal issues, significant family issues.
And we're going to be tackling this all year long.
We're going to set a desk up for you, Dr. Isensee, in the newsroom. Thanks for helping us with this.
You're welcome.